Guys, welcome back to another Big Al Devlin video. Now, for those of you who have watched any more of my martial arts videos or a couple of the sort of fighting story videos, you'll know that I am very much into my boxing. It's not something I'm as much into now as when I was younger. My passion is weightlifting, but it is something that I've done since the age of 5, and I've continued to do so right up to present day, albeit at a smaller amount. However, obviously, your interest and your knowledge that you develop of boxing over the years doesn't leave you just because you tone it down a little bit and go into another sport. And I just really, wanted to share with you guys who are particularly interested in learning more about boxing, more in particular the best boxers who have kind of ever lived. Whether it's because just out of sheer enjoyment, you enjoy watching boxing fights, but you're not sure beyond, the modern day fighters who to watch in the past, beyond maybe some of the more commonly known ones like Muhammad Ali, or maybe because you actually are a boxer, you're training, and you want to learn and develop your techniques because you guys, anyone who knows that out there, that if you're into a sport, by watching people who are better than you can actually learn certain things. You can learn new techniques, you can learn new ring craft in the form of boxing, you can learn how to throw punches, how to dodge, and it can also just simply inspire you. Watching someone who's fantastic can inspire you to train harder and to develop yourself as an individual fighter. And so really this video is me just sharing some of my personal favourite boxers from all the way back from pretty much the beginning of modern boxing. And if I just drop a few names in there, go on YouTube, go into the search bar, put them in or put them into Google and try and watch a few fights or read a few books that some of them have written and stuff, and just educate yourself on how they fought, find what suits you, find what you find enjoyable to watch. And it can, one, it's enjoyable, but two, if you are learning to fight or box or whatever, then it can really give you some insight on how some of the best fought. Now obviously I've already mentioned Muhammad Ali. Just because everyone knows him doesn't detract from the fact that he was an excellent fighter and perhaps probably one of the best, if not the best of all time. Superb fighter, beautiful boxer, really good, really, really good. For me, my personal favourite from that period of time was Joe Frazier, who had a few fights with Muhammad Ali. So if you like Muhammad Ali, you probably know Joe Frazier anyway, because he fought him, I think, 3 times overall. George Foreman, who's around that sort of time, a little later. I didn't really like him as a boxer, but if you watch a George Foreman Joe Frazier fight, you will see a man get destroyed. I like Joe Frazier. I was supporting him. Obviously I wasn't around at that point when they were fighting, but when I saw that fight, I was egging sort of Joe Frazier on, and my God, it was heartbreaking to see the way that George Foreman handled him. I'm not going to say who wins or loses, although it's pretty goddamn obvious, right? From the way I'm talking. So you've got Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Jack Dempsey. He's my personal favourite. He was from the sort of early 1920s to a little bit before 1920s. He was heavyweight champion, and he was personally my inspiration when I box, and he's who I model myself on when I box. I try to follow his techniques. Another person who actually modelled themselves on Jack Dempsey, of course, Mike Tyson. Fantastic, very entertaining fighter to watch, and he based himself on Jack Dempsey. So if you like Mike Tyson, check out Jack Dempsey. If you like Jack Dempsey, check out obviously Mike Tyson. They're both, fantastic fighters. Jake LaMotta, not the best of fighters in my opinion, but oh my God, the best chin that's ever been around. That guy's got a chin made out of goddamn granite. You cannot put Jack Dempsey down. I think there's a film based on him as well called The Bronx Bull, or no, Raging Bull. Raging Bull is what it was called, with Robert De Niro in. I've never seen it. I should watch it, but that is based on him. I think so anyway. Now Rocky Marciano is one to watch. He's the best heavyweight of all time, officially, with regards to his record. He never lost his title, ever. Never lost. And I can't remember, I think he died in a plane crash, so, the plane took him. You know what I mean, in that sense. And he was a fantastic boxer. If you watch him fight, you'll notice he never takes his eye off the opponent. Even when he's swinging in low, his eyes are always on the opponent. And his attitude was, I don't care whether I hit you in the arm or whether I hit you in the chin. If I hit you, it's hurting regardless. And I will hit you in the arm if you're blocking, 50, 100, 200 times, but eventually your arms will get tired, they will hurt, and they will drop, and then I'll hit you in the head. He had a fantastic attitude regards how to box. I loved his strategy, so to speak. Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson. Two great fighters also to watch. They're not heavyweights, I think they're middleweights. So, you know, if you want to see a lot slightly lighter weight category fight, then they're the guys to watch. Oh my God, probably some of the best boxers of both time. Both of them. They're not the same person despite having similar names, but they were both very good boxers. And also Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. He could knock you out with his jab. Only problem with him is he never really fought anyone who was super good until maybe a little bit towards the end of his career. So people doubted his quality, but honestly, he was such a good fighter, guys. Just a few names dropped there, just off the top of my head. Please go see them. If you watch them and you want to tell me what you thought, please come back on the comment section. Tell me who you watched. Tell me who they were fighting. And if it's not a fight I've seen, obviously I'll go check it out. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon.